Every woman you know, your girlfriend, your wife, even the ones who swear they're independent, all share one dark, unspoken desire. Not flowers, not romance, not a man who bends over backward to make her happy. She dreams of a man who disrupts her entire world. A man who doesn't follow her rules, who doesn't flinch when she tests him, who doesn't play safe just to be liked. She craves the man who shatters her patterns, the one who forces her to feel emotion she can't control and awakens parts of her she's kept locked away. But here's the truth. Most men will never trigger this desire because they're too busy being nice, too busy being predictable, too busy performing instead of becoming the man she can't ignore. And today, we're going to rip the lid off this forbidden truth and expose the one thing every woman secretly craves but will never, ever admit. 1. She dreams of a man who can break her patterns. Every woman has patterns. Patterns of how she talks, how she flirts, how she tests men, how she keeps herself safe from ever feeling too much. These patterns are her armor, her way of staying in control, of never letting a man truly touch the deepest parts of her, emotionally or physically. But here's the forbidden truth no one says out loud. Every woman secretly dreams of the man who can break those patterns. Not with manipulation, not with cheap tricks, not by being nice or agreeable, but by being so grounded, so commanding, so unshakably masculine that she has no choice but to let go of her carefully constructed defenses. And most men, they'll never trigger this because they play inside her rules. They try to win her affection by being predictable, by explaining themselves, by adjusting to her moods, by letting her lead the rhythm of the connection. It feels safe, it feels polite, it feels right, but it doesn't create the shock she craves. Because what she really wants, what she won't say, what she won't post on Instagram, what she'll only admit in whispers to her closest friends, is this. She wants a man who disrupts her entire emotional landscape. The nice guy worships her. He gives her comfort. He makes her feel wanted. But comfort is not desire, and worship isn't respect. She'll take his attention, she'll use his validation, but deep down, she doesn't dream about him. She dreams about the man who doesn't play her game, the one who can look at her tests, the sarcasm, the mood swings, the subtle provocations, and stay unbothered. She craves the man who won't fold when she pushes, who won't lose composure when she withdraws, who doesn't hand over his power just because she's beautiful. That man triggers her in ways she can't explain. He makes her nervous, excited, pulled out of her patterns, and that disruption, that's where her deepest desire lives. Oh, and before we continue, I've got something special for you, a free ebook, the Female Mind Control Handbook. It reveals the hidden secrets to making any woman crave you. Grab it now, link in the description or pinned comment. Why does she crave this disruption? Because her patterns are her walls. She built them over years through heartbreak, bad relationships, disappointment, and a lifetime of being told to never give a man too much power. These walls protect her, but they also suffocate her. On the outside, she seems confident, independent, in control, but inside, she's exhausted from living behind those walls. She wants to be seen, not the version she shows the world, but the messy, emotional, unfiltered version of herself that few men could ever handle. And here's the twist. She doesn't want to choose to take those walls down. She wants a man who makes her feel so safe, so magnetically pulled, so deeply claimed that the walls fall on their own. This is why she dreams of the man who breaks her patterns, not because he forces her, but because he awakens a part of her that she can't keep locked away anymore. So what does this man do differently? He never explains himself. He moves with purpose, and his decisions don't require her approval. That certainty shakes her because she's used to men justifying every action to stay in her good graces. He doesn't react to her tests. When she pushes, he doesn't flinch. When she withdraws, he doesn't chase. When she tries to provoke him, he just smiles, calm, grounded, unshaken. This isn't indifference, it's mastery. He leads in conversation, in presence, in energy. He doesn't wait for her to create the moment. He creates it and invites her in. He gives her space to feel. Most men rush to fix, to calm, to control. But this man, he allows her emotions to flow without losing himself in them, and that emotional container is what makes her feel safe enough to surrender. He embodies mystery. She can't fully figure him out. He's not broadcasting every thought, every emotion, every intention, and that unpredictability keeps her hooked because she can't map him the way she maps other men. Why most men fail to trigger this? Because they're too focused on being liked. They over-explain, they over-chase, they over-give. They confuse pleasing her with awakening her. But awakening her isn't about doing more, it's about being more. Being more grounded, being more self-possessed, being more unshakable than any man she's met. The man who breaks her patterns doesn't do it by force. He does it by embodying something she can't manipulate. And that makes her curious. That makes her crave him. That makes her let go of control in a way she's never been able to before. Her fantasy versus reality. This is the part no one says out loud. Her darkest fantasies. They don't involve a man who gives her everything she wants. They involve a man who gives her what she didn't know she needed. A man who sees through her games, who feels her walls and doesn't run away, but also doesn't bow to them. She doesn't want to lead. She doesn't want to test. She wants to be with a man who makes her forget she even needed those defenses. That's the real desire most men never trigger, because they never learn how to stand as that man. She dreams of the man who disrupts her patterns, who doesn't fit into the safe box where she keeps every other guy, who pulls her into an experience that's raw, real, and uncontainable. The man she can't control, can't predict, can't stop thinking about. The man she finally feels free by showing her what it's like to truly surrender. She'll never admit this. She'll tell you she just wants a nice guy. She'll post about wanting consistency. But deep down, she dreams of the man who can break her patterns, the one who won't bend, the one who forces her to feel alive, even if it scares her. And now you know why most men will never trigger this desire. They're too predictable, too safe, too easy to figure out. But not you, not anymore. Because once you understand this, you stop playing her game, and you become the man she secretly hoped existed. If you've ever realized you've been too predictable, and you're ready to become the man who makes her feel again, comment below. I break the pattern. Let's see how many men are done being safe.